Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. Here is a nice topic to be discussed right now. That is on self-opening. Self-opening to the mother. So here we are having a brief discussion on self-opening. The object of self-opening is to allow the force of the divine to flow in bringing light, peace, ananda, etc. You open. How can you open? Self-open. That is another issue. Suppose somebody tells, yes, I am self-opening. Who knows you are self-opening? Only mother knows and your psychic knows. So the object of the self-opening is to allow the force, not to open. Means you are, suppose you have gone to the market to bring some vegetables, grocery or something. You are carrying a bag with you. But when you have bargained, you have paid, but not opening the bag to the shopkeepers. How can they fill it up? That is only opening. So like this, means this bag is ready to open, but you are not opening. If you open the bag, naturally the things will flow into it, rush into it. So like here, the object of self-opening is to allow the force, there itself vegetables, groceries and also on, so and so. Allow the force of the divine to flow. Allow the force of the divine to flow in bringing light, peace, and ananda. If that force flows inside the being, force of the divine is flowing through the being, it will bring three things: peace, light, and ananda, etc. Maybe something more. And to do the work of transformation, and once this force which is flowing, the force of the divine flowing through the being and bringing out the light, peace, ananda, etc. Simultaneously, it will work. It will perform the work of the transformation. That is the great thing. When the being so receives the divine Shakti, that force, being receives the divine Shakti, and it works in him. With this works in him, produces its results, entirely conscious of the process. Then he is set forth. He is set forth. But you can say that I am open. I have opened myself to the divine force, to the mother. You can say. You are doing, that's good. But thing is that there should be some symptoms. It can be observable. Anybody can observe. That is what the requirement. How? The object of self-opening is to allow the force of the divine to flow, not only flow through your being and bringing out light, peace, and ananda, etc. And after this flow, the divine force of the divine is flowing and bringing out this light, peace, and ananda. Simultaneously, it will do the next operation, that is the work of transformation. When this being is receiving this divine Shakti, it works in him, inside the sadhaka, and produces the result, even if he is not aware, conscious of it or not. Then only he is set to open. Not to the open to the ordinary superficial force, but force of the divine, and so that the divine force will bring inside the being, flow inside the being, bring light, peace, ananda, and do the work of the transformation. And if this work is divine Shakti is coming, working in him, produces the result, and even if the sadhak is not conscious, so it is told that he is open. In another way, on the Sri Aurobindo quotes, keep yourself open to the mother. Specifically, Sri Aurobindo points, keep yourself open to the mother and remember her always. Remember always. And third, let the force work in you, rejecting the other influences. That is the rule of yoga. Very interesting, you must remember. What is the rule of yoga? Nothing is feasible. No rule outwardly fixed. But something has to be done. But keep yourself open to the mother. That is number one. Second, remember her always. Third, Let her force work in you, number three. Number four, rejecting all that influences, all other influences. That is the rule of yoga. Again, Sri Aurobindo goes forward. By remaining psychically open, not open physically, you are opening psychically open to the mother, all that is necessary for work or the sadhana, that is necessary for work and sadhana to develop progressively. That one of the chief secrets and central secret of sadhana. You have to open, but how? Psychically. Open psychically, open to the mother, all that is necessary for work in the sadhana develops progressively. If you remain open to the mother, the divine mother, the supreme mother, then whatever next step, what is the other requirements will develop progressively. That is one of the chief secrets and central secret of the sadhana. So one the way, whole the way, again and again. That's what I keep discussing. Psychically open. That opening should be psychical. You have to be open in your psychic being. That is what the requirement. There are two ways of doing the yoga, Sri Aurobindo goes. One, by the knowledge of its own knowledge and own efforts. Already we have put it again and again. Again and again we have quoted two ways. One with your efficiency and efficacy by your knowledge, own effort. And the second is reliance on the mother. Is the last way one has to offer his mind, heart, and to everything to the mother for her works to for her force to work. First, there are two ways. The number one is by knowledge and one by knowledge and by one's effort. The risk is his. Nobody knows what is going to happen. It is your risk. Second, other by reliance on the mother. The second one, that is very much versatile, very much helpful. The last way one has to offer one's mind and heart and all to the mother for the force to work in on it. You have to open, this force will come, it will work on it. You have to remain open, you have to observe, and finally you have to become the instrument and work accordingly. Call her in all difficulties. Call her in all difficulties. Have faith and bhakti. That is what the requirement. Have faith and bhakti. Whenever the difficulties are coming, you must be open. And the third, your mind and heart, everything must be open to her. That is what the requirement. Opening, give, surrender, consecration. That is what the requirement. At first, it takes time. You won't be able to do so in a glance or with a first attempt. May be difficult. After a long time, for the consciousness to be prepared in this way, it requires the consciousness to be prepared in its own way. You can't claim, you can't impose. And during that time, many difficulties will come up. You have started. Initially, it is not feasible. It is not 100% feasible to do the sadhana. And it will come step by step. And during that process, many difficulties will come up. But one perseveres, a time comes. One perseveres, a time comes when all is ready. The mother's force opens the consciousness fully to the divine. That steadiness must be there. If it is there, then mother's force opens to the consciousness fully to the divine. Then all that must develops within. Normally, what is to be developed, that develops automatically. You don't have to do anything. Don't have to worry. Automatically. Thing is that you have to keep open. That force is coming. It has to work in your mind and heart and life. And it will work its own way in transforming the things, the being. So for that, actually, the most essential thing is to open to the mother. Then all that must develops within. Spiritual experiences comes, and with knowledge and with the union of the divine. For that, actually, that steadiness must be there, readiness must be there, preparedness must be there. So during that time, it does not come in a single time. It takes time, a long time. For the consciousness to be prepared in this way, the consciousness has to be prepared, it takes longer time. And during that time, many difficulties are coming up. So, what is one has to persevere. A time comes when all is ready. Once this is ready, then nothing to be worried more. And the mother's force opens the consciousness fully to the divine. Then all that must develops within. If once open, if that force is coming, if you are relying on the mother, naturally mother will do the work and everything will be open. And the spiritual experiences will come. And the knowledge and the union with the divine that is prepared. And that everything, the one thing you have to do from your side, that is to open yourself, nothing else. So many things to be, nothing else is not appropriate to add here. You have to open, that is the first step. Then many things will be done, and that will be done by a higher power than yours. That is what Sri Aurobindo told. This transformation can be done only by a power infinitely greater than the man's force. Infinitely greater than the man's force. That's what you must be ready. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes, in this yoga, it depends on whether one is open to the influence or not. That is the criteria. If one is open, one can open or not. If you are not able to open, then it is closed. Now, how this force will come and prepare the process of transformation? If there is a sincerity in the aspiration, number one is sincerity in aspiration, and a patient will to arrive at the higher consciousness in spite of obstacles, then the opening in one form or another is sure to come. What is the steps? Sincerity in aspiration, number one. Number two, patient will to arrive at a higher consciousness in spite of all obstacles. If that patience is there, if that sincerity is there, naturally obstacles will be removed and the opening is possible. Then the opening in one form or another has to come. But it may take long or short time, depends upon your aspiration, preparedness. By prepared or unprepared conditions of the mind, heart, and the body. That is the point. That's why time depends. Nobody, you can claim that this will be done by this form of time, this limitation, this speculated time. That you can't say. One has not a necessary patience. If don't have a patience, the effort may be abandoned owing to the difficulties. You must have patience for that actually. For that condition is that it needs infinite patience. Nobody knows how long you have to go, but you have to go. And the mover, the guide, which within. But in the beginning, you have to face. The effort may be abandoned owing to the difficulties in the beginning. For that, actually, many people have left. They have gone, abandoned the process, and they have gone. There is no method in this yoga except concentrate and preferably in the heart. Call the presence and power of the mother. These are the rules. These are what you have to do. You have to concentrate in the heart. Call the presence and the power of the mother, and by its workings, all the force to transform the consciousness that will be there. And one can concentrate in the head or between the eyebrows. Two conditions are there: head or eyebrows on the between the eyebrows, or maybe this may be too difficult opening. This is the too difficult opening. When the mind, then condition, when the mind falls quiet and concentration becomes strong, mind becomes quiet, number one, concentration becomes strong, aspiration is intense, then there is a beginning of the experience. There is the beginning of experience, but that actually you have to do quiet mind. Second, strong aspiration, concentration, your mind falls quiet, concentration becomes strong, aspiration becomes intense, then there is a beginning of experience. Experience will flow. The more the more the faith, the more rapid the result of the likely to be. It depends upon the faith you have. Narad is answering, yes, God will come to the sadhaka who were asking when the God will come. God will come, but actually it will take some 100 years. Hearing this, someone winds up the sadhana and goes back. Second, happy, smiling, laughing. Then one day God will come to my cry. Then immediately God manifests. It depends upon the faith you have. For the rest, one must not depend upon one's own effort, but succeed in establishing the contact with the divine and the receptivity of the mother's power and the presence. It has to come, it has to work. Receptivity must be there. Only thing, you must have a faith. Then everything will be done by the mother once you are consecrated. That is what the result. Opening is the most vital way, vital thing in this yoga. You have to go. Thank you.